Right friends, welcome back to Learning Space. This is a Q&A discussion. I do not want to bother you at this last moment, and that is the reason why I am not keeping tougher questions at this juncture. And let us revise whatever we have learned. That is the motto of these last lectures, or you can say last Q&A discussions. First one is, which of the following is incorrectly matched? Special 301 report. Special 301 report is given by United States of America, looking at the shortfalls in intellectual property issues. So this is one important aspect, and it kept India in priority watch list. We have already learnt what is the meaning of priority watch list. So special 301 report is on intellectual property rights. Panglong Peace Conference, it belongs to Myanmar to bring ethnic groups onto the negotiating table. Shangri-La dialogue is the strategic dialogue which is held in Singapore. Shangri-La is the name of the hotel. This Raisina dialogue was started. It is of recent origin and it is held by India. So please correct the third one. Look at the next one. Look at the following sentences with regard to Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Act 2016. Here, please look into these three sentences. All three are correct. There is a prohibition on the employment of children below the age of 14. However, the children can work with the family and family-run enterprises after school hours and holidays. And in the hazardous occupations, adolescents in the age group of 14 and 18 are prohibited. And most important is, these are to satisfy the core conventions of International Labour Organization, or you can say to satisfy ILO conventions 138. 138 is regarding the admission of age to employment, and convention 182, it is with regard to the worst forms of child labour. So now India is going to ratify these two conventions. So all three correct. Then modified special incentive package scheme, MSIPS, is in the news, and please keep in mind this MSIPS is meant for the electronics sector, and the main goal is to achieve net zero imports by 2020. At the same time, what is this about? This is about providing subsidy in capital expenditure for the investments in electronics sector, and at the same time the overall incentive commitment is rupees 10,000 crores. So all the 3 points are correct with regard to this modified special incentive package scheme for electronics sector, right? Fixed term contract we discussed number of times. It is for apparel manufacturing sector. Fixed term workers get the same benefits and terms of employment, working hours, wages and allowances just like permanent workers. No notice period is required for terminating the contract and no compensation in case of retrenchment. So both are correct. Pick up the incorrect statement. Here these sentences are important. PM 2.5 are the fine particles of 2.5 microns in size or lesser than that, and they have got the capability to penetrate deep into the lungs, and at the same time they can go into the bloodstream. So first one is correct. Second one is Graded Response Action Plan, or GRAP, is for combating air pollution in Delhi NCR area. Graded Response Action Plan, very important. This was prepared by Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, but the implementation is with EPCA. That is very important. So please correct the fourth sentence. The implementation is with EPCA, and this Graded Response Action Plan was prepared by CPCB. Please don't forget. Then Vidyanjali, this is the program to involve volunteers. Volunteers will be invited to develop co-scholastic activities in government-run elementary schools. This is very important. Then Vidya Lakshmi. This is the web-based portal for the students seeking educational loans and it will act as single window mechanism. So, 1 is correct, 2 is correct. Third one is E-Shakti. E-Shakti is the program for digitization of self-help groups, and it is the initiative of NABARD, you can say. So, NABARD is behind the implementation of E-Shakti, which is digitization of self-help groups. So, please correct the third sentence. Fourth one is to curb illegal collection of deposits. RBI launched Sachet with the association of other organizations. So, please correct the third sentence. Then identify the incorrect one. India Innovation Index portal. This is to rate states based on innovation. So, please correct the first sentence. India Innovation Index portal is to rank the states based on innovation. Then second one is Shagan portal. This is to track the quality of education in schools, and it is part of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Shram Suvidha portal. This is a one-stop shop for labor law compliance. Then Project Insight. This is the program of Income Tax Department to monitor high value cash transactions. Right? Please correct the first sentence. Then which of the following was formulated to reduce the road traffic deaths to half by the end of the decade? All of you are familiar with this. This is the Brasilia Declaration. Then if you go ahead, look at the following sentences with regard to UDAAN. UDAN is different, that is for aviation sector. Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, that is connecting unserved and underserved airports of the country. And where is this UDAN is different, UDAAN. This is the special initiative for Jammu and Kashmir, and it is funded by the Ministry of Home Affairs and implemented by NSDC. And what is the purpose? It is to create an ecosystem where corporates on one hand, Jammu and Kashmir youth on the other hand, both will be coordinated, or you can say a tie-up will be established so as to provide more employment to the Jammu and Kashmir youth, right. So, this is UDAAN, right. So, here all three correct. Then look at the following: Google, Tata, Dell, Microsoft. And yesterday we discussed Microsoft is associated with the Swayam platform. It is technical partner for this MOOC Swayam platform of the Ministry of Human Resource Development. And Google and Tata, these are associated with Internet Sati. So, 1 and 2 only. Google as well as Tata. Tata has got wide rural network. That network will be utilized by Google. So, Google will be providing the technology, and Tata, you can say, manpower. So, here Google Tata joint initiative is Internet Sati. What is the purpose of Internet Sati? It is the program to reach rural villages, to educate women in basic benefits of using the internet. That is the main purpose of Internet Sati. Look at the following sentences with regard to Green Highways Policy. These two things please keep in mind. 1% of the total cost of the project of all the highways will be kept aside for the highway plantation and its maintenance, and this will be monitored by Bhuvan and Gagan satellite platforms. So, both 1 and 2 correct. Then the next one is HIV and AIDS Prevention and Control Bill was passed recently. It is the first national HIV law in South Asia. Absolutely correct. But please correct the second and third sentences. It applies to both public and private institutions. That is one part. So, please correct the second one. The discrimination against HIV affected persons. The discrimination against HIV affected persons will involve both the civil and criminal proceedings against them. Third sentence is absolutely correct. Initially, I told please correct second and three sentences. So, third sentence is absolutely correct. Please correct only the second sentence. So, the answer is 1 and 3. It is the first national HIV law in South Asia. It applies to both public and private institutions. Second one is the discrimination against HIV persons will involve both the civil and criminal proceedings against them. 1 and 3 correct. Please correct the second sentence. Pehchan cards are in the news, and look at the following sentences. These will give national identity to the artisans, and national database will be developed. National database of artisans will be developed, and the identity card is Pehchan card. Then artisans would be able to get benefit of any government scheme through Pehchan card. So both correct. So artisans would be able to get benefits of any government scheme through the Pehchan card. Then the next one is recently cost effective kit for the on-site determination of chromium was developed, and look at the following sentences. Chromium, please understand, it exists as trivalent chromium, hexavalent chromium, or you can say chromium 6. Chromium 6 is toxic, and World Health Organization says that it is carcinogenic and can cause stomach ulcers and cancers. So this is correct. It is developed by Bhabha Atomic Research Center. This is also correct. And how the chromium contamination takes place? Chromium contamination takes place because of the reason when untreated effluents from industries like leather, steel, chrome plating, paint manufacturing, wood preservation cause widespread contamination of water. So all three correct. Look at the following. Vadakkunathan temple. This is into the news because of some UNESCO award, and at the same time please don't forget Pakke Tiger Reserve. That is in Arunachal Pradesh, Pakke Tiger Reserve. Then another important aspect is this Vadakkunathan temple. This got some UNESCO award, that is into the news. Puttingal temple, because of fire accident, it is in the news. Kuttanad region. Kuttanad region is famous for the cultivation below sea level. Then Mathikettan Shola National Park. This is into the news because it is nearer to Neutrino Observatory in Tamil Nadu, and all these four are in Kerala, right? These are into the news. That's why I have taken this question. Then National Green Corps. This is basically program initiated by Ministry of Environment, and it is developing the Eco Corps at the school level so as to create awareness about the environmental issues. So both are wrong. So please correct these two sentences. So neither one nor two. Then Balochistan region, this can be potential question. Balochistan, Gwadar port is situated in Balochistan. Balochistan has got boundary with both Iran and Afghanistan. CPEC corridor passes through Balochistan. It has got coastline with Arabian Sea. All four correct. And Xinjiang province can also be a potential question, that is in China. And Uyghurs. Uyghurs are in China. They are Turkish origin Muslims. And on Kurds also you can expect question. So these things along with the Rohingya Muslims. Rohingya Muslims are facing problem in Myanmar, and Panglong Peace Conference, Myanmar. Then White Helmets, that is humanitarian group working in Syria, and all of you are familiar with the Medicines Sans Frontiers, that is a voluntary organization. So these things please do not forget. So here all four are correct. Agro irradiation is in the news. What is the meaning of agro irradiation? This is the process in which food and agricultural commodities are exposed to controlled doses of radiant energy to achieve desirable results, such as inhibition of sprouting, at the same time to fasten ripening, and at the same time destroying various pathogens or pests. Mild levels of radiation is given. So here most important aspect, cobalt 60, this gamma rays from cobalt 60, please don't forget, this is used for agro irradiation, and electron beams or X-rays from machine based radiation sources can be used for agro irradiation. So please have in mind this, what is meant by agro irradiation, right? So both 1 and 2 correct. Stubble burning is quite often in the news. And look at the following sentences. It is with reference to the burning of agricultural residues before cultivating the next crop, and it is perceived to be the major cause for increased level of pollution during the onset of winter months in northern part of the country, right? So here third point is the main problem with the stubble burning is high incidence of particulate matter 2.5 in addition to normal pollutants like carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, and PM 2.5 severely affects human health. All three correct. Look at the last one. Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC, which completed 20 years. This came into being in 1997 through Bangkok Declaration, please don't forget. And there are 7 member states lying in the littoral and adjacent areas of Bay of Bengal, and out of 7 countries, 5 belongs to South Asia, 2 belongs to Southeast Asia. The 2 Southeast Asia countries are Myanmar and Thailand. Indonesia is not included. Please correct the third sentence. So 1 and 2 correct. Right friends, this concludes 29th questions and answers session. So please do join for 30th, which we will upload tomorrow. With that, this series ends. Please keep peace of mind and please think for a while before answering any question. Right friends, have a nice day. Thank you.